What do you see as what's to come?
I'm optimistic. I think we have a huge, bright future. I believe that we got past the nuclear age, even though there's still nukes that are still technically armed and so forth and so on and all around the earth. I don't believe they're going to launch. You know, we had these UFOs show up in broad daylight at missile silos. These nuclear officers testified before Congress about this. This aired live on CNN back in, I believe it was 2001. And a missile officer, the officer that actually had the codes to the nukes, was in this thing. And he said they showed up and they deactivated the nukes. And so when the person that has the hardest job to get in the world, the guy who knows the nuclear codes and the arming codes, says that they showed up and deactivated the nukes, I got to think that possibly he knows what he's talking about and there's going to be no nuclear war. I don't believe there's going to be a nuclear war on this planet. I think we're kind of beyond that stage. I see that humanity is like a baby learning how to crawl and walk. I believe we're going to take those steps, though. That's the part that's going to be the most crucial in our development. That first big fall from almost being there, how are we going to handle it? How are we going to perceive that? I'm optimistic that we're going to be that civilization. And I think the ultimate goal and why it's so important, it's not about getting to a golden age. It's about sustaining one. That's the key. There have been many golden ages, even on this planet. Why do they rise and fall? Can we learn enough this time in this cycle to break the loop and sustain a golden age? I think that's where we're going.
I sure hope so. I mean, I feel that possibility. I think the intelligence of our heart can feel that as a reality.
The knowledge gained could break this cycle. I don't think it's any hard-coded law that we must go through this yuga cycle. I think it's an observed cycle that happens that has been given to us to perceive what's happening on longer time scales because we're only living for 80, 100 years. But that if we can sustain it, man, life will be grand. And there has to be civilizations that have done this in our universe.
Yeah, it's just coming to the recognition of how special what we have here is. Like you're speaking to, it's also like as a species that's still in its early stages of development, it's dangerous to put a gun in a toddler's hand, you know?
Exactly. So there needs to be an urgency for the awakening of people, at least on the level of collaboration. I don't expect 5D level yet. Let's get to the mass collaboration level because we can't allow millions and millions of people to get their jobs taken away, but their debts and bills not taken away. That's going to put the planet in a very bad situation. We're going to have extremely rich people and extremely poor people. Nothing will be in the middle.